So guess what? The drive was so long we missed the exit. We're in Delaware. We're crossing the bridge to Delaware right now.
Ride, oh wagon, ride. Fly, oh wagon, fly. You and I can go so fast. I'll drive you straight up evil's ass. You're the one I call my own. Together we'll ram evil's hole. Ride, oh wagon, ride. Fly, oh wagon, fly. Oh wagon, oh wagon, oh wagon. Go!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the most spherical, non-erotic program on the intertubes. Here with me as frequently is the one for whom you have been waiting, the throneless king of the Ramborgia, John Rambo.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to join you today. Make you feel something, make you feel good. Maybe make you cry. I don't know. It depends how I feel.
If you whistle again, I will.
That was a good intro, sir. It took you a couple tries, though.
I wrote program twice in my notes.
We got to do like a deleted scenes kind of thing. There's all kinds of things that go on people don't know. You know, outtakes.
I don't know.
Audio show outtakes. That's the most exciting thing ever.
What stinks, you can't even put the Benny Hill theme to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Although now I'm just picturing the Benny Hill theme playing.
Yeah.
You know, black screen, Benny Hill theme playing over us talking.
Someone's going to do it now. Go for it. I'll put it up at StayBallsy.com. So last week's show was an all-out mess. Got a lot of good feedback about it, though. People seemed like they enjoyed the variety. Did you listen to it? The second half of it?
No, not the whole thing. I was kind of...
You're at it. We're talking about that. Okay. So the first half of the show last week, OJ was here. We had Venomous Fat Man on. We talked about action movies and Expendables and all that stuff. Then OJ left. Then Howard came in, and we had this pretty interesting talk about the judicial system, and Howard had to go to jury duty and that whole thing. And then Carlos, the creator of StayBallsy.com, the creator of the StayBallsy logo, he joined us as well.
Nice.
You're going to have to listen to it, OJ. It's pretty top notch.
I'd like to. I mean, I want to hear Howard's stories about jury duty, too, because I had to go once also.
You did. We'll have to have a jury summit at some point. Once again, Carlos has a Kickstarter now. He's trying to get his artwork out there.
Nice.
And, attend a convention. I think it's MegaCon in Florida. So he's looking. He's got a Kickstarter going, and you can look in the description of this video, and there'll be a link, and you can check out. He actually has some of his artwork shown, and if you give certain amounts, he'll actually send you some of it.
Nice.
And it's really cool stuff. It's like Ninja Turtles and Dragon Ball Z and all that, all that good stuff. So,
good man.
Definitely check that out if you like StayBallsy.com and you want to support, not only him but all the Ramborgia as well. Check that out. And that'd be cool. This week's show, got some stuff to talk about. This last week was kind of a rough one for good old John and OJ. Both of us kind of had some difficulties, but you know what? Could have been a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to kind of, cry and moan a little bit about what happened to us. This is our show.
Isn't that what we do anyway?
And we have the right to do so. If you saw the intro today, you probably have an idea what happened to me. And OJ had some other stuff going on. We'll talk about that. Our good friend, Mr. Hazard, is going to join us. Of course, our UK correspondent. He's got something to tell us. And he will be on a little bit later. We're going to talk about some things. See where the conversation takes us to. Going to do the comments. And this is a special one. Probably our most requested guest, I would say. I don't know what you think so?
The most requested guest we've had that's come on that's going to come on the show.
Okay, yeah. Our most requested guest, I don't even know what you just said. The White Mage. If you see in the Magfest footage, she became a phenomenon on JohnRamboPresents. People love the White Mage. And then, of course, she was in the Too Many Games footage. And she's kind enough to come on today and talk to us. And she's not just some girl that puts on a costume, walks around. She actually owns her own business. She creates things. She's an art. I consider it art.
Yep.
I think she's an artist, and goes to all these conventions. And it's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a conversation with her later on.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
As we get started here, we have a code to give away. This is from Mr. KronikSmoothie. His name's Angel. He's an awesome guy. He makes a lot of our artwork, hand-drawn artwork, and he gave us a code for 400 Microsoft points.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, OJ, you cannot redeem this. Put away your Xbox controller. Turn off the TV. Is it off?
Yeah.
All right, you can't do this. Okay, you gotta wait. This isn't for you.
I can do it blind.
Silly OJ. Codes are not for you. Codes are for kids. I screwed that up.
Aw. The codes are not for you.
Silly OJ. Codes are for kids. Not for you. All right, so here's the code, okay? The code is K. Why are these so long? It's insane. KHJ73 GP99Y XFBXP PQ J4J JQ GDY 400 Microsoft points. There you are. Whoever gets it, gets it, What do you think about that?
That's pretty sweet. I wonder what I'd buy with those points.
You're awfully quiet. Did you input it?
I'm thinking what I'd... No, I
I'm
didn't.
going to find out.
I didn't. I mean...
Okay.
Uh,
All right, so of course, as we get started, we have some new members to the Intergalactic Video Network. Network's going very well. I've been putting up many videos every day. Seems like people are enjoying it. Keep the videos coming. If you're already a member of the StayBallsyIVN, keep the videos coming. You, of course, send them to StayBallsy@gmail.com, and I put them up in the morning, pretty much every day. And we're always looking for new members.
mm-hmm.
All you got to do is join. That's it. Then you're in.
Simple enough.
Well, you don't have to give blood. You don't got to give money. You don't have to give us control over your channel for an extended period of time.
Just give us a link, Sonny.
That's all you got to do, yeah. So we got a couple new members today. We have youtube.com/GDayGaming. youtube.com/PersonGuy157.
That's pretty
We have
cool, man.
If Talented, Canuckian1, perhaps he's Canadian, I don't know, and Game Shredder V1. Welcome to the network. Welcome
Ew!
to StayBallsyIVN. That's right. There's some good stuff. I mean, if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go over there, and there's some good videos going up. So, all kinds of different gameplay, wide variety of games.
There's always something new to watch.
Yeah, really. A couple people made skits and like web series type of things, and
Yeah,
so it's good stuff, man.
if you're having a bored Tuesday afternoon, man. If you're
Oh,
having an
bored-
exciting Tuesday afternoon, man.
It becomes an exciting Tuesday afternoon. And we are still working on the StayBallsy forums. Because a lot of stuff with us, people get it's slow. We're like, why does it take so long? Because we try to do the very best we can. So we're not just gonna throw some forum out there. We want to make sure it's the best possible forum. And we talked to Carlos last week, and what he was saying, what he wants to do, is you can post through your Facebook or your Twitter on the forums. That's what he's working on right now. So that's pretty cool. That's modern, OJ. It's modern stuff.
That's more
Okay.
advanced than me, sir.
That's more advanced. That's more advanced than the T1000. And he was able to turn into liquid. Okay.
Snake?
No, you ruined it. So, so we had some issues this week, as we talked about. Who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Why don't you go first?
All right. So, as you may or may not have known, I fled the show early last week to prepare for my imminent visit to Indianapolis, Indiana for Gen Con, which was an amazing convention. It was pretty great. Till about Saturday evening, when I felt a little funny that morning. The funniness continued. My neck got sore, my back got sore. I had to go back to the hotel to drop off my camera and bag. I couldn't record anymore. I couldn't bring my games with me to play test.
Wow.
I was just wandering around, empty.
So this is Saturday, which is the big day.
Yeah, the biggest zicking day.
Oh, that's sad, man. I feel bad.
It's okay. And then I go to eat dinner. And I order a small thing of noodles. I eat maybe a quarter of them. I'm not feeling hungry. It's not good. I swallow a root beer, whatever. Bottle was a little crunchy too.
What about the people you were with? Were they concerned?
Nah, everybody else was elsewhere. One of
Yeah.
the guys who stayed in the same hotel room with me was he was kind of tired too, but he was like, dude, if your neck hurts, just come back, because he was heading back to the convention early, and I'm like, I'm too tired, I'm not gonna do it. He's like, if your neck hurts, go get a massage at the convention or something, because they do have a station for that. I'm like, nah, I'm already laying down here, my back hurts, I'm just gonna relax until we have our event tonight. Okay, well, we'll be down there playing board games or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So he seemed kind of bummed that I didn't follow, and I feel bad about that, but I was just not up to moving much. And then I got to finally do one of the best events at Gen Con that they ever have, which was True Dungeon, with a roaring headache, feeling sick to my stomach,
Oh man.
and an all-around sense of malaise.
But you did it.
Yes, we had, I think, 7 dungeon rooms to go through. It took a few hours, so we started at 10 o'clock. We got out by maybe 12:30.
Did you at least enjoy yourself? Or
I
no, it was just
enjoyed
plain?
myself, but there was one room like where we had a puzzle where I just had to sit down. I was
Yeah.
just like, okay. Well, the thing is, there were 10 of us, right? 12 of us.
Yeah.
And I just had to sit down at this point. But fortunately, this was a room where they counted the number of steps you took, and if you took too many, bad things happened.
Oh boy.
So the minute they said that, I'm like, can I sit down then? They're like, yeah, that's not going to cost you. I'm like, sweet. And I think people thought I was sitting down like, well, I don't want to shake the room, right? I don't want to cause any bad stuff to happen. I'm going to sit down and not ruin it.
Oh.
And little subterfuge there, but by the end of it, I was dead. I mean, people were going...
Did you collapse? Did you fall onto the tables and the games flew up in the air?
No, but I did kind of kick about a shuffleboard a couple times.
Did you go through a table much like the Dudley Boys?
That would probably felt better. So I started feeling a little funky. Like, I'm like, I don't think I have a fever. Do I have a fever? I probably have a fever. I don't know. Why would I have a fever? So I went home, packed my stuff a little bit, went to bed, woke up the next morning, and instead of going down to the convention, because my flight wasn't until 3:45, man, I just stayed in the room and was like, and just lay down, made sure I was fully packed. It was just like, once we hit about 11, okay, I'm going. Anyway, I wasn't feeling very good. I felt bad enough such that instead of taking the train home, I called the car service to pick me up at the airport because I didn't think I would make it the 2 hours from the airport to my house.
From what area? From New York?
From LaGuardia.
Okay, so you skipped the whole plane going. Was it a terrible plane ride when you left Indiana?
Oh, I didn't skip it. I'm just saying I went down to the internet to try and find a car service because my original plan wasn't going to work.
Okay.
I got to the airport and I was feeling awful. I was exhausted. I was a little lightheaded. Like, I mean, if you'd pushed me, I probably would have fallen over.
Right.
Fortunately, nobody noticed this. Like, I got on the plane and sat in the wrong seat. Like, I sat at the seat of my apartment number instead of my actual seat row. And had to get up and move. And they're like, nope, leave your luggage. It's not going to fit up there. Just go. Just go. I'm like, okay. And I just slept the whole plane ride home. Like, I just was out. I get home, and this is where things get bad. I get home, and I'm like, I probably have a fever. I call my parents, like, yeah, hey, I'm home, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. I take my temperature first.
So you call your parents when you get home, you don't call me to tell me? Don't you think I worry about what goes on?
So I get home, and...
Don't you think I'm concerned?
I know you're concerned, but I'm not going to call you at, like, as late as 7 p.m., man. That's super late.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I get
my
home...
special time.
Yeah, what? So I get home, and I just run to the... First thing I think I do is run to the bathroom. Then I go to the thermometer, and I put it in. I put in the thermometer. And I'm like, huh. I always thought I was a natural citizen. I didn't feel like a foreigner, because I was hot-blooded. I checked it and saw I had a temperature of 103.
If you understand that reference, you get a cookie. Maybe we'll mail you a cookie. For 2 people that understood it.
I actually have a cookie I brought back from Indianapolis that I didn't eat because I was feeling so sick, and I can't eat it now.
Well, at least you held on to it because,
So my
you want an
temperature.
airport cookie to go to waste. That'd be a crime.
Yeah. Oh no, that was from the noodle place actually. But anyway, so my temperature was 103.1. I call my parents. They're like, I don't know. Maybe you should go to the ER. I'm like, nah, I don't need to go to the ER. I call my doctor. Get the on-call doctor who says, you're okay. Just drink a lot of fluids and go see a doctor in the morning. Okay,
Right.
that sounds good. But my dad's like, yeah, I'm still pretty worried about you. That doesn't sound like, take your temperature again, call me back, and then see. I take my temperature again. It's been a half hour. It's at 103.7. Like, it's gone
At what
up.
point are you actually considered legally insane? Isn't there like
I don't know, but doesn't your brain start to cook at 107?
I don't know if your brain cooks.
Well, I know at 105 it's really bad.
That might be pushing it. But I know there's like a certain point where like you are insane. If you could like commit crimes, then you get off because you could say I had this high fever.
Well, I missed an opportunity there.
Yeah,
So
right.
we hit
Could have gone
107.
wherever you wanted.
Yeah.
OJ's fun night in town.
Yeah, we hit 107, and I'm 103.7. I'm like, okay, you know what, fine. I call my friend Amit. I'm like, hey, Amit, can you drop me off at the emergency room?
Amid the banker.
Yeah, the banker. The banker drove me to the ER.
Wow. Okay.
And get this, we go to one place. We go to one place near me, the closest place.
That guy's like a saint. Because you're like, will
Yeah.
you be in my Bizarro Schnozman Hole Punch series? Even though you're not an actor, if we come into your house and film, and he does it, and now he's picking you up, driving you to the hospital.
Yeah. So, we actually go to one, and they close at like 8 p.m. It wasn't a hospital; it was some other thing. It was like a health center. So then we keep going.
Some other thing. It was a deli.
Yeah. And then finally, I get to the ER. Blah blah blah. They run some tests, and my temperature's at 104.1 by that point.
Yeah.
So it's still going up. I feel terrible. I'm like, really doodly doo. I just brought my suitcase because, hey, look, I'm already packed. Hooray! And we get in there, man. They draw blood. They put an IV in there because I haven't eaten since Saturday. It's Sunday night. Like I had a banana, 2 bananas, and a bagel or something. No, 2 bananas on Sunday. They give me an IV. It's bad. They put me in a room. They say, all right, drink this purple drink, and in 2 hours, we're going to give you a CAT scan.
Purple drink.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it actually tasted better than the water in the hotel. But
That's probably what made you sick in the first place, by the way.
I don't know. It could have been. So, yeah, they give me a CAT scan, and they're like, well, we were scared it was appendicitis, but it's not. And and they're like, okay, take these 2 medications and go see a gastroenterologist. Like,
Really?
Okay. I see, like, and I don't know how high my fever got. I think it got higher than 104.7. Like, it got up there. And I finally finally at a regular time see the doctor. And he's like, yeah, you probably got food poisoned at some point. But
On purpose. By another human on purpose.
But it takes a while. Like,
Yeah.
like no, like what happened to me is like, yeah, that would have taken a while to incubate. Like, whatever happened, dude, that wasn't from this weekend. Now, I don't know what happened because I'm pretty.
There's something. You have like funky stuff in your house, man.
What, like the black water?
Maybe it was the black water. Did you think it was that?
I don't know. Maybe one of those flakes got on my toothbrush.
Yeah, possibly. It's like pure feces coming out of your sink.
Well, I'm sure I put it all back because I don't have any left.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I left out that part. Yeah.
So, Jay, let me ask you, sir. We were in the hospital. You were obviously close to death. And they say that before you die, your life flashes before your eyes. Tell us, what was that you saw? What did you see?
You mean the last thing before I left the hospital?
Well, you were in the hospital about almost ready to die because you were on your deathbed. As you eloquently told us, what flashed before your eyes?
Well, when I was on the bed, I saw black dynamite, aqua something whatever.
You saw Adult Swim programming.
Yes, pretty much.
Wow.
No, it was weird. I'm just kind of laying there like, nah. At least I'm laying down now, trying as hard as I can to avoid looking at my right arm where the IV was.
Did you think it was the end for you?
No, I didn't think so. I mean, we Ramborgians are made of stronger stuff than that. But it was...
You didn't give up.
Pretty unpleasant. No, I wasn't ready to give up. I got a lot left to do. I didn't even open the stuff I bought at the convention yet.
That's cool.
Yeah, but like...
Does the doctor come to you and he goes, it's over for you, and you go and you slap him across the face? No! I am Ramborgian! Look at me now!
This is where I make my stand. Wait, don't stand the IV back. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so let's just say I was incredibly sick.
It was kind of strange because I didn't hear from you Sunday because I knew you were coming back.
Yeah.
And I think I called you like Monday morning. I usually you go to work, but
you called me like 10:30. I'm like,
I just figured like you weren't there. I just kind of knew.
Yeah.
Because we're like on sync. This doesn't sound strange at all. But, so I'm like, I just called like 10:30, and you're like, yeah, I was in the hospital yesterday. I'm like, oh wow, okay, interesting.
That was fun. They didn't even give me a cookie or anything. Oh yeah.
Eventually, you got your food poisoned.
Yeah.
And now you're on medication.
Now I'm on medication, and I can only eat like bread, rice, toast, bland stuff. Drink water.
So you should eat anyway.
Oh, but if I'm extra good, I can drink water mixed with Gatorade.
Ugh.
Delicious.
You can't have just pure Gatorade.
Too much sugar.
It's too much. It's too potent.
Yes.
It must be watered down.
It'll overwhelm my puny system.
Well, OG, we're glad that you made it through this ordeal. Did you learn anything from this? Is there a lesson?
Keep an eye out for signs of being food poisoned.
There's not. Sometimes there is no lesson.
I don't know. I mean,
people say there's a lesson in all things, but I don't know if that's true.
I think you can learn from anything.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Ponder this.
We're glad you made it through.
Thank you. It was actually I left out the more uncomfortable.
It sucks.
Details.
I mean, you're on your trip and everything. It's like your last big trip.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
The thing is, the game that my friend's brother kickstarted that I really, really wanted to playtest at the convention. Yeah. Saturday it was perfect. People from our group were gonna play. Let's play Are You a Werewolf? I'm thinking this would have been perfect. I was feeling really sick, and it was in the bag I left in the room.
I'll tell you what, the Ramborgians will get together. We're gonna send you on another trip to make up for your trip. We'll send you to like Tanzania or Zimbabwe. You want to go there?
That's a bit far.
We'll send you there.
Well, it's
Ethiopia. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out, and we'll get you there as soon as possible.
Oh no.
So it's not my time. This is a very negative show. That's my time to complain about things.
Yeah, you didn't get
talk
to
about how
me.
difficult my life is.
Yeah, I didn't hear from you earlier. What was
even though it's really not. What?
Oh.
So as you know, the whole wagon, which made its appearance in SchnozHole Punch episode number 3, all the way back then. We did a little bit in that episode where the whole wagon, which is my actual car, which is a 2000 Saturn station wagon, it breaks down in the episode. So a few weeks later, I'm getting it serviced, and it turns out that the car has a blown head gasket and all kinds of other problems, which I did actually read the list of problems. Remember that?
Yeah.
So they were very hilarious. And then at the end, remember that was like all kinds of horrible things, and at the end it was like, something very simple. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Missing blinker.
Yeah, it was always like rear brake light out after cracking the gasoline tank and all kinds of other
Danger
stuff.
to manifold.
So they basically told me it was done, and they tried to pressure me into trading it in and buying a new car and all that stuff, which I didn't really want to do, or wasn't really feasible for me to do either. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep driving it. It's been like 3 months maybe. And I just keep pushing it and driving to your house, which is an hour away, to drive to Phil's house all the time, which is an hour away, and just pushing it. And when I can, I would borrow another car, but it's not always available to me. So the other day, I go to the post office because we have to mail these lovely StayBallsy shirts, which we still have maybe 4 left, by the way.
Yeah, probably about 4.
So if you want one, get on that. We're going quick. So I go to the post office, and there's definitely something a little off, like on the way. Like there's a definite loss of power. You know, like you can't really like above 40 miles per hour is like not really happening. You just kind of like RPM, you know.
Yeah.
So I get there and I mail my stuff and I get back to the car, and it starts, but you can't go into gear, so you're just like stuck in like neutral. You know, the engine's basically done. You know,
That's
and
not
it's funny because right before I went to the post office, I sent an email. We got offered a partnership. We sometimes get these partnership offers. I'm not gonna say which company it is, blah blah blah. But they sent me this email, and I was like, I don't really want to join. And they sent me another one, and they're like, this is how much you probably make now. This is how much you'll make, and blah blah blah. And this is a really good deal. And I sent them, you know, I appreciate it. That's a really cool thing that people wanted me to sign up with them and stuff like, or us to sign up with them. You know, it's cool. It's a compliment, right?
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. But I basically sent them an email back, and I'm like, you know, I appreciate it, but we're not about the money.
Oh.
We're about, we don't want, you know, any kind of someone, you know, maybe possibly telling us not to do this or that we should do this or influencing what we do. We're above such things.
You seriously
like,
say that?
No, not in that, you know,
Oh, thank
pompous
goodness.
attitude. But that's basically the gist of what it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not looking to have someone tell me, you know, possibly tell me, you know, do this or that, you know. It's not what I want to have happen. I want to have complete freedom and stuff. So I send that to him, and then a half hour later, I'm stuck at the post office, and I'm like, this car's done, and I'm totally broke. Maybe that was a bad decision. But the car's basically done. And
So you're
and I
saying
was
he's a
like,
method actor?
I guess, yeah. So the car's done, and I'm at the post office, and I was there for like, called you.
Yeah.
First, I called someone. I tried to find someone to pick me up, and no one could come for like 2 hours. I don't have AAA or any of that stuff. So I was hanging around over there, and I was talking to you on the phone a little bit.
Yeah, I would have picked you up, but I couldn't really, considering my situation.
Yeah, I know. So then somebody came to pick me up, and what's funny is I had like all this stuff in the car. Like I had all the Project 7 shirts.
Yeah.
There's like 2 boxes of them. There's like a ton of them. So I had to take all those out. I just cleaned out the car. Anything that was in there took out, and I abandoned the car at the post office. I literally left the keys in the ignition, and
Is that your only set of keys?
Yeah.
No.
Door's unlocked, and I was like, "You're done. It's over." And I just abandoned the car, and I went home, and then the car was there for like 2 days, and you know, it was still there. I mean, they didn't even touch it. It was just abandoned. So what wound up happening is I like called around and I found like a local junkyard place, and they're like, yeah, we'll pick it up for free and we'll give you like $250 for it. And I'm like, how did you come to that money amount? You know, because they asked some stuff about the car, like with the make and model and all that. And they're like, well, it's such a light car that we can't really get many parts and metal out of it, so it's not worth that much. So that's what, like, I guess that has to do with it. I don't know. And then they took it away today.
Oy.
So I got $250 and they took the car. So I mean, it had a good run. I don't feel too bad about it. Like, how many cars have a song about them?
Yeah, right?
And it got to be on YouTube, and being on YouTube, of course, is the greatest thing a human being could ever do, or an automobile. And it got to do that, so.
Or both if you're a transformer.
And honestly, like I never put any money into the car ever. Like I never had to buy tires. I never had to, you know, get repairs or anything. So I got it in 2008, and I just drove it till it died. 12 year, and it's a 12-year-old car at this point. So.
Wow. That's older than my parents' Outback was.
Really?
That was 10 when we gave up on it.
Well, I really love the car. I mean, I love the wagon and how silly it is. Like a wagon, why? I mean, what is the point of this device? It's such a strange car. I liked it. Like Saturns don't even exist, and I guess that's another one that's wiped off the face of the earth.
It's kind of sad because I heard they were kind of sweet, and I liked your car.
Yeah, they were cool cars, man. So it's gone, and I had to watch the guy load it and like drive it away with it, you know. But that's that. So going forward, you know, I'm kind of strapped for cash. I don't really have a lot of cash going on, like extra money for cars and stuff. But it turns out I have a relative in San Francisco, California that has a car that they don't want. And it's a 2006. It's fairly new and it doesn't have a lot of miles and stuff. And like apparently, like they don't want a car because where they live, they have to pay, to park every day or every month.
Well, San Francisco, they want to discourage you dirty, dirty car-owning polluters.
Yeah, I think San Francisco's like you can walk everywhere. You don't need a car. You walk to work, or there's public transportation. It's it's a modern, nice place to live, I guess. So they're like, yeah, you can come get this car, and so I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. But I have to figure out how to get there and how to have to get the car here. So I made the mistake. I went on this website that does shipping of cars, and I tried to get a quote. And it's like, no, you must put your phone number in to get a quote.
Oh, no.
This was like really late at night, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was doing like 5 other things at the same time, as I usually do. I usually have like listening to something while watching TV, while playing a game, while on the computer, while doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
How many? Okay.
So I put my phone number in, and within like 20 minutes, I'm getting like calls like every minute. I don't answer the phone because I know it's like, and like they're leaving messages. These people are leaving messages, and like I don't even. It's like the most bizarre thing is it could be just some guy, I'll bring that car over to you. It's gonna cost you this much, blah, blah, blah. So it's looking like it's about $1,000 to bring it.
I'll bring it over, but I gotta use your bathroom at your house.
Yeah, I mean just crazy stuff like.
And your bed.
There's actually a show about this. I don't know if you've seen
body.
it. There's a show about people that do these jobs.
Really?
They travel, they bring cars and yeah, it's a lot of freelance people,
$1,000, man.
Yeah, it seems like they want like $1,000. Most people are like, it's like 800 to like 1,200, and the guy for 800 is gonna be like, that's gonna be a piece of crap. Like he's gonna drag it, with like like horses or something. I don't know.
Ugh.
They'll have a station wagon dragging the station wagon. Probably.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's all like different. They all have different vehicles that they're going to bring it on, and they all have different amounts. It's insane. So the only other option is I go to San Francisco, and then I drive the car across country.
Yeah. Which takes a while.
Which is crazy. Which is pretty intense. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, I could film stuff,
Yeah.
I could go there, fly there, get the car, and start driving back and just film, and make something cool out of it, like maybe stop places and talk, interview people and try to maybe make a story out of it, like with there's like an election coming up, and maybe try to get some kind of documentary kind of thing about the common person and what they feel about the country. I don't know. You have to come up with some kind of premise to it, So I was thinking about it. I don't know. I also talked to you about it. Maybe you commented. But I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's feasible financially. I don't know if it's feasible like with time wise, and if we can find the time to do it.
I don't know if well, also I know that I'm definitely. I don't think I could do it this week.
No, I mean we wouldn't be able to do it. That's also the other problem, because it's like, if we do it, it's gonna probably take. We'll have to plan it. It's gonna take a while. It means I won't have a car for like all that time, and.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So what I want to say now is, if you liked, I want feedback from people, because I want it to be like worth it. I want people to like, if we're gonna do it and do the work, like I want to know what people wanted to see it. So if you'd like to see, I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking questions. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you'd like to see me and OJ drive across the country and film things, tell us that you'd like to see it. Also, if we were to make a Kickstarter, okay, for like $1,000, because I think that would probably help a lot.
Well, yeah.
Would you contribute? And would you think we were dicks for setting that up?
Also,
and do you think that we would make the total? I'm not saying I'm not even saying we're gonna do that. I'm just putting it out there, question wise.
Also, does the car have air conditioning?
Oh yeah.
Yahoo! Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to kill you.
Well, some of the states are cold now, or they're all hot this time of year. I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm a creature of the cold, sir.
I mean, it'd be a tremendous amount of work, and like you'd have to figure out where we're going and all that.
Big stress.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
My family did it.
There's a lot to be thought about
Yeah.
here.
My family
Point
did it.
out there. Your family did it?
Yeah, my mom and my sister.
Wow.
All the way to San Diego.
Awesome. Which car was it?
The old green Corolla.
It didn't destroy the car?
It's a Corolla.
It cannot be destroyed.
They took that thing through the desert, man.
That'd be pretty cool, man. Just get in the desert and start filming. And
Oh, dude, actually, I have a friend who lives in San Francisco too.
I would say, like, you know, obviously you do stuff in San Fran. We drive through the desert, go to Vegas, then you go to like Grand Canyon, then you go, you know, then you go from there. There's like all kinds of options, and it's cool. So
Food for thought.
I don't know if it's possible. I mean, it's just, I don't know. We're also in the middle of doing something else, we're planning something else. So I'm just putting it out there. So I want to get some feedback. And even if we don't do it now, it could always be something we do maybe next year, 2 years. I don't know, whatever.
Someday.
So I don't know. I'm just looking for feedback on what people think about it. You know. Anyway, I wanted to see the Expendables. I wasn't able to go. Kind of disappointed.
Aw.
So probably for next week I'll have some kind of
Yeah,
the Expendables
I
movie.
think my friends all went to go see it already.
I was really pumped to see it, but it just didn't work out. I actually watched I have the original Blu-ray, and I never really watched it. But it's got this pretty much like a documentary about the making of the movie. It's great, dude. It was really good. Like Stallone did so much work on this thing, you have no idea. He wrote the movie, and they show him writing it, and he writes it all on like loose leaf paper because he's old school, you know.
Wow.
And he just writes it all on paper, and then he hands it to like this, you know, he's like an assistant, and she has like boxes and boxes of of papers.
Ah.
And the dude just, I mean, it's insane. He acted in the movie, and they show him acting, and he's also the director. So in the middle of the scene, he'll be doing this thing, and be like, all right, stop, and then like, you say this, and he's on the fly, man. It's crazy, dude.
Sly on the fly?
Yeah. And he actually like suffered injuries. He had to have surgery after the movie.
Oh.
They told him to stop the movie because he hurt his leg, and then he continued with it. And yeah, it was really, really good. It was actually pretty inspiring and stuff too. And he told some good stories about like the original Rambo.
Like what?
They made the movie, right? And he had like all his dialogue, and then he saw the first cut, and he threw up because the movie was so bad. So he goes, "Listen, this movie's terrible. I want to buy all the reels. I want to buy all the footage from the studio. I'm gonna destroy it." So they're like, "All right, wait. Why don't you go in and do your own edit and see if you like it? You know, if you like it, then okay."
But wait, so they had to recut the film, like physically.
He re-edited it.
My
Because like I said, he wanted to destroy the footage. He hated it so much. So what he did is he took all his dialogue out, and that's like Rambo's in the first movie. He's like silent,
Huh.
and then all of a sudden the movie was great. So he said it was like a miracle that the movie even like came out, and not only that, it was like a huge success, and obviously had all the sequels and everything. So
And the important thing is he looked at himself and went, no, I can't let this be.
right,
That's
for that.
yeah, you got to give him props for that, cutting himself out.
He cut his own stuff out, and that should have made the character better. It made the character like mysterious and a little more crazy, and you know, not really sure where he's thinking and what he's doing, and you know, so good stuff. And then he also told a story about how on his movies, like everyone eats at like the same time,
Aw.
right? Because all these things go on like behind the scenes in movies that you don't realize. Like they have to stop, and everyone has to eat, and they have to, you know, it's a tremendous amount of stuff, you know. So he told the story about his first movie. It was like 1971. He got this small role in some movie, and he's like about to do his scene, and the producer walks in, and he looks at Stallone. He's like, who the hell's this guy? You couldn't do better than this? It's the best you could do, like right in front of him. You know,
Yeah.
like yelling at the director, like, who the hell's this? Why did you get this guy? Like, this guy looks awful. Why did you know? So then he's got to do right after that. He's got to do the scene.
Oh.
So you're just insulted. You have to immediately do the scene after that. And then after that, they go to lunch, and they're giving everyone cheeseburgers. And it becomes time for Stallone to get his cheeseburger.
Oh,
and
no
it's
way.
like, don't give him one, no. Like, he'll be gone soon anyway. Don't let him have one. So all these years later, he's like, I make sure everyone gets a cheeseburger on my movie.
What about the vegans? Especially the vegans.
Yeah, they definitely get one. Get one put somewhere else. Well, it was really cool because he talked about how his success, all of his success came because he failed. Like, he wanted to be an actor, but he failed as an actor, so then he became a writer. He wrote Rocky. And then they go, well, we don't want you to be in it. We'll buy the movie. We don't want you to be in it, and we'll give you like all this money. He's like, no, I want to be in the movie. You're going to fight for it, and he got to be in the movie.
I get it.
So it was like every time he, every time he tried to do something, he failed, then he had to adjust and go a different direction. That actually became, very successful doing that.
Where he wanted to go.
Right, it was pretty cool. So
I guess you could say Stallone's traveled a rocky road.
Perhaps. One other thing I want to talk about this week, I read, I don't know if this is even true because I don't confirm my facts, but I saw a couple of people talking about this on Twitter. It looks like Nintendo Power is shutting down.
No.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, what are some of your memories of Nintendo Power?
The comics were always cool. That my parents didn't buy it for me.
I had a subscription when I was like really young.
I'd go to my friend's house.
That was like the best name. Because it could have just been like Nintendo Magazine.
Yeah.
But like, no, Nintendo Power, and that just kind of sold it. And then it had like the perfect logo. And it always had like really cool covers and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously it was going to die just because of the way that things have gone. It's not a print world anymore.
I always just read it. I think my friend Ryan had a subscription for a while, and I just read them at his house.
Yeah, I think it was pretty ahead of its time. In the early '90s, because it would have like maps and things, and a lot. Like it was kind of like the first to do that, I think. And
yeah, I mean, I guess it got superseded by internet.
Yeah, I mean, because people could just do it. You find all this stuff for free, and you don't have to pay for it.
Womp. I'm gonna.
But it's sad to see it go. But I had a great legacy, and I had a subscription. I was like really young, and then I think I got another one like later on.
I know that one of my grandparents bought me Electronic Gaming Monthly when I got older.
Yeah, that was a good one. I used to have Game Pro, and
yeah, I think it was.
It was always exciting, like when it was so different because you didn't have that gateway into this stuff. Like right now, I could look up anything and find out all kinds of things.
Mr. Bravo remake. Well, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, there's so much for you. But like, you love games, you have your games.
I'm sorry, Bravo Man.
And then you want to know more about games, and you have to wait for this magazine to show up once a month. That was pretty much it. I don't know. It's so different.
That magazine was all you got.
Yeah.
Man, it was tough. There was just
world changing.
I got Bob Dylan playing in my head again, just like last week.
All right, so right on. Rest in peace, Nintendo Power. Let us step away. We'll come back with Hazard. He wants to talk about some things, and we shall talk to him about those things.
Or shall we?
I don't know. We'll find out. Goodbye. All right, joining us once again, our show UK correspondent, ladies and gentlemen, Hazard is here. He's going to tell us something spectacular, I'm sure. Hazard is here.
Woo! Yeah.
How's that?
I'm loving it.
Hazard,
wait,
what?
what?
Last week, sir, I had the Bronies intro. What did you think about this?
Oh, the Bronies intro is awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Enjoy it?
Yeah. Have you watched the friggin' episode yet?
I did not. Well,
Oh my god!
I'll be honest here.
Weeks. You've had weeks.
I sat
To be
through
honest, I'll be honest with
cupcakes,
you.
all right? And you didn't watch.
I saw maybe like 10 seconds of an episode. Because I was going through and I was trying to put that intro together, and I was looking for like different clips I could use or whatever.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon one. I watched like 10 seconds of it. I have to say the animation's really good.
And the animation is lovely.
I didn't see enough of it to say enough about it, but what I saw was cool. It was good and a really good animation, which I appreciate.
I have one bookmark, and it's sort of like an imager page that someone's made, and it's just a bunch of GIFs of all the really cool kind of bits of animation that they have. And it's just really cool to look at all the details, because you can look at it frame by frame and stuff. It's really cool.
It looks really good, and probably in HD, it's like really good, right? I would- So yeah, I mean, so people kind of took it their own way. It's just for fun, you know. People are like, I hate this Brody. Rambrodies, no, they're not real Ramborgians. Like, sure, chill out, guys.
I got the feeling, yeah, there was a little bit of anger and rage from.
And some people are like, John Rambo's a Brody now, and I'm like, no, I haven't even seen it. I just tried to make a funny intro, you know.
It's just the way people. Some people just can't handle the pony. Some people just can't handle the pony.
Can't handle the pony.
Catherine the Great.
Perhaps I'm one of those people. Maybe someday I will be able to handle it.
Indeed.
All right, Hazard, I know that you have something to tell us today. The floor is now yours, sir. Take it away.
Okay, so basically, I wanted to propose something. So, hear ye, hear ye. Dear members of the Ramborgia, specifically of Great Britain, I want to propose a meeting of the Ramborgia.
Wow.
I think everyone should gather at the Eurogamer Expo, which takes place in London at the Earl's Court Convention Centre between the 27th and the 30th of
Sounds lovely.
September. And it is going to be amazing. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's just going to be... there's going to be cosplay, and there's going to be loads of conventions. Hideo Kojima's going to be there on the first day.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just gonna be looking for. Never mind.
He's going to be talking about...
He'll be inside of a cardboard box.
Yes, exactly.
And you have to find him.
Kojima, why did you make MGS4 on film? I don't want to watch Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
Please, don't make Sony turn the controller into a television remote. So yeah, he's going to be talking about the 25th anniversary of Metal Gear. It's going to be pretty cool.
Wow. Okay.
But like history shows that like at Eurogamer there is some really cool stuff that happens. Like last year, Naughty Dog was there and they brought Nolan North along, and they showed some like never before scenes from Uncharted 3. So that was really cool. And I think it's gonna be really good. There's a load of cool games around. I've been before. It's a really good atmosphere, and I think it's definitely a time that the Ramborgia should congregate.
Everyone should get together and you have a little UK meeting going on.
It's gonna be awesome.
So where are they going? So what are you planning for a way for people to get in touch and figure out where to meet and when to do stuff there?
See, this is difficulties.
Can people maybe like contact you at your channel maybe?
Yeah,
and say I'm going? Or...
I mean,
okay.
If you
can contact us also, and I can pass it off to Hazard.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter or my YouTube channel. Just contact me anywhere and just say that I'm interested in going to Eurogamer. Let's meet up, and then whichever day. I mean, I'm going for all 4 days. I'm going 27th, so that's the Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. Because I'm probably going to be queuing up to get into the Hideo Kojima talk on the first day.
You're probably gonna wait like all night to get into that.
I would assume it opens in the morning.
Okay.
And it according to the thing, it's going to be talking around 2:00. And I don't really want to take any chances because obviously it's Hideo Kojima, so it's going to be packed. So I'm probably just going to be.
I wish I could go.
Well, you know how much he likes dialogue.
Yeah, we sat there. It'd be like 6:00. So that was the introduction.
Yeah.
Now let's go on to the main purpose of this talk.
Exactly. I wish I could go. That sounds like a great time.
Oh yeah.
I encourage everyone, if you can, go hang out with Hazard and have a little Ramborgia get together, and you guys can get into all kinds of debauchery and.
I thought I should probably. Oh, I've been thinking about my cosplay ideas. I really want to cosplay. Not entirely sure what else though. I could cosplay as John.
It's not too hard, man. You need like a fake nose, beard, and a hat.
Let's grow the beard out a bit.
Carry around an acoustic guitar.
It's not hard.
Carry an acoustic guitar. I've got an electric guitar. I could always just.
Make sure you have no money in your wallet. And
That's just cruel. That's just being cruel to yourself. See?
and then you got it. That's pretty much it.
There's plenty of people in the world to put you down, John. Don't do it yourself.
But you will get laid. That's for sure. That's one thing I will guarantee you.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
All right, so I'd say if you guys want to go, if you're going already, you can send me a message. I'll pass off to Haz, or you can contact Hazard at youtube.com/Hazard, spelt with a 3 instead of an E.
Oh yeah. I just a note. Like, if anyone wants to, because I'm thinking about staying at a youth hostel. It's pretty close to the thing. It's pretty good prices. And if anyone wants to come down for more than one day, then if you want to spring for a room together, because that means that basically just we all know each other, and like instead of just buying like an individual bed like you usually do at a youth hostel, we can just spring for a room, and it'll just be cheaper for everyone.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Someday I will attend this event.
One day.
Haz will allow me to stay at his home for free. And I will eat all his food. And he will drive me to the convention. And he will carry me on his back across the floor as I'm cheered.
Woo. Woo.
Do I have to do?
All right, man. Thanks for letting us know. And if you send me like a link or something, I can put it in the description.
Yeah, I
and
will
all
do.
that.
I will do. Definitely.
All right, sir. We thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm looking forward to having you on again and have another topic that you'll bestow on us. Last time was the bronies. I can only imagine what it'll be next time.
The
I'm just
fluffy
picturing.
bunnies of doom.
I'm just picturing
I don't even know what that is. Is that something? I don't even know.
No, it's not something.
skydiving ponies landing on Eurogamer right now, and I hate that.
Oh, I met a skydiver who's a brony. I met a skydiver who's a brony the other day.
Was he have like ponies on his parachute or something?
He had a sticker of Rainbow Dash on his helmet,
And you knew.
and I was like, bro huff.
Why can't I fly like you? Oh,
What is this
parachute
bro
play.
hoof? Is that bro hoof? Is like what is that?
Fist
Bro
pound.
huff is
like-
how bronies greet each other.
It's a fist.
I wasn't sure if it
pound.
was like a put down or if it was a greeting.
No, it's a
Like,
fist pound type thing.
I'm like, what does that mean? They're saying like fuck you to me? Like what is it?
It's like you're
Bro-
trying to activate the Wonder Twins' powers, but with no rings.
Okay. I still have to watch an episode.
For shame. For shame.
I noticed though the theme I used last week on that intro was the original My Little Pony
Yeah.
theme, which is actually
The original
public
theme from
domain
the
now.
adverts for the toys, and then for the first two films as well.
Oh, really? Okay. I think it's public domain because there's no problem with like ads or anything. Like then no one claimed it. They're like, we're not responsible for this
My Little Pony is public domain, everyone.
because apparently, no, because like anytime I use a song or something that like someone made, obviously, it gets recognized and someone takes credit for it.
No, like
But that song, no one cared. They're like, no, we have nothing to do with it. Use
YouTube
it. Go.
YouTube doesn't always recognize music videos I use some of Arm Cannon's music in my videos,
Mhm.
and like YouTube never flags that for anything, but I still have to have like permission and stuff, obviously.
That's an awesome intro, by the way. If people haven't seen that, go over to Hazard's channel. It's probably one of the better intros I've seen.
Oh yeah, it took me
2 videos. It's very good.
it took me ages.
That's excellent. All right, Haz, man, we got to go.
Okay.
We'll talk to you soon.
I am sure
Take
I
care.
will enjoy this show after a long
Come
day
on
at
after
work.
the convention. When is the convention?
Convention is the 27th to the 30th of September. It is in London, Earls Court Convention Centre. It's very easy to get to. There's a train station right nearby. It's just,
All right, well, we'll have you on afterwards to talk about it.
Yeah.
If not beforehand, I don't know. We'll see.
I'll talk to you about Hideo's 11-hour talk on the basics of the Metal Gear series.
Excellent.
Yeah, just bring your sleeping bag and
Yes.
all that.
Oh.
All right, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Talk to you
good night.
soon. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, OJ. Let us go to the comments, sir, if you will, please. Yes,
And I will
do it
thank you.
kindly.
Domi _91 writes, Hey, John and OJ. I'm a big fan of your show. I was wondering, in honor of the Ramborgia, I named my fantasy football team the Ramborgia. Can I have your blessings to spread the digital gonorrhea in my fantasy football league and hopefully make it to the Super Bowl? Thank you and stay ballsy, my friends.
Yes. So it is written, so it shall come to pass. The Ramborgian fantasy football team will win the Super Bowl.
And
They will destroy their foes. They will crush them. There will be actual murders taking place on the football field.
I actually read about that in a book I was reading, but go on.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's a sci-fi book, but yeah.
It'll be like in Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, as the football field collapses. It will happen, but the Ramborgians will be standing above their foes, and they will then urinate down upon the fallen football players below them and laugh.
And with every tackle low, the digital gonorrhea shall spread.
Yeah, it's cool. Actually, a few people told me they were doing this fantasy football teams, and actually, somebody, Charles Mooney, he wanted to do a league for Ramborgians that they could enter. So, that'd be something that we could set up. Like once the forums are up, we'll have more opportunity to communicate those things.
Yeah.
So we would definitely do all kinds of stuff. I'd like to do maybe an NBA one
That would be fun.
where I have all the good players, and we can do all kinds of things. So that's cool, man. Good luck to you.
Yes. Not
We'll
that you'll
win.
need it. You have the Ramborgia behind
That's
you.
right. That's right.
Okay, so I guess I'm reading this one? Or are you
Sure.
reading this one?
You can read it.
Okay. Wouldn't it be awesome if OJ actually did a sex ed class on fresh OJ some pulp? It could be called something like How to Sample Your Juices with Pulp Gulping, Candle Pimping, Hole Punching, Mushroom Popping OJ or something.
Woohoo!
He could teach us why putting a cucumber down your pants in your local shopping mall is a bad idea. What not to touch with your tongue and how to sample your juices. Warning, be prepared for a tight squeeze. Big smiley face emoticon. From the
What do you think
Ramborgian
about-
doorman.
What do you think about that? That's
Well-
because last week I suggested that you do a sex ed class, and you said I will do it. Right?
I don't think I said I will do it. I don't remember those words leaving my mouth. In such
This is
a manner.
something that would actually fit into our new project.
Now, I do think that putting a cucumber down your pants in your local shopping mall is a bad idea. You might be looking for something more along the lines of an eggplant or maybe a rutabaga.
Those are bigger. But isn't that too big? Wouldn't that be scary to the other individual that would see it? Isn't there too big? That's what I'm saying.
That was a joke, John.
Well, I'm just asking you because you would know.
What? There is a too big, John.
There is a too big. You've been told this before.
Technically?
You've been told this?
Technically?
Wow. Okay.
Technically, yes, that is a thing that happened.
Okay.
But I've been told that.
Congratulations, because you were blessed.
Ugh.
As long as you clean up the juices afterwards.
That's not.
Let's continue now.
And on a
OJ stains. Okay, what do you want me to tell you? You have to clean the juice. Soak the juices up.
Okay, so completely switching gears here.
Yeah, this is a good story. You gonna read this?
Yes.
Go for it. Okay.
Company leader calling Raven, calling John Rambo. Talk to me, Johnny. Sorry, I couldn't resist. First Blood is one of my favorites, man. Well, I am a big fan of yours. I am willing to share a ballsy story with you for the show, if you don't mind, good sir. I promise to keep it as short as I can. It's the least I can do for all that free and effing awesome content you have been hole-punching out. Let's start with a little backstory. I'm 23 years old and just separated from the military, more specifically the Air Force. 5 years total, and I spent 3 of them overseas. During a deployment to Africa, I was put in charge of the comm equipment, satellite antennas, radios, etc., in Africa while supporting a small Navy team as they built schools and other things for the locals. I lived in a hut in the middle of nowhere, Africa, for 6 months. During downtime, I would play SNES and Sega games on an emulator installed on my laptop. Well, until power went out, which happened only every dang day. Anyway, I happened to meet a girl, unbelievable, I know, there on camp before I was forward deployed out to that hut. She worked in finance and she was so dang cute. Well, after a couple of weeks of cards and ping pong, we were together. So to answer Otakon's question of, do you think love can bloom on the battlefield? Yes, I guess it can. Metal Gear Solid 1. Boot. Well, as you can probably guess, it's absolutely forbidden to have relations while deployed. We couldn't even hold hands in on camp. Then I was tasked to go to that dang hut. So I packed my bag, grabbed an N16, and headed out there. 3-hour drive out. Oh gosh, I missed her already. Fast forward 2 months. I won Airman of the Month for the entire camp for my work, and the commander himself was convoying out to our redacted hut to award me. Well, here's where the ballsy part comes in. I had that girl arranged to join the convoy out as our radio operator, just so I can see her because I missed her every day. Sure enough, they came out, got my award from the commander, and had one of my friends show me around the compound. But it was more like distracting rather than showing. I took her hand and brought her to the back of the compound. We kissed there in the middle of nowhere, under the hot African sun with the commander and his entourage just behind the wall.
Awesome.
If we were caught, we would have been easily demoted and kicked out. Risky, stupid, but staying ballsy won her heart. That was a year ago. I separated from the military last month, flew back to the States for the first time in 3 years, and kissed that girl the same way I kissed her in Africa. We are currently living together, both planning on starting school next year. Everything is working out great, just for being ballsy and just going for it. Thank you, John, for all your words of inspiration and everything you do. Stay ballsy and long live the Ramborgia. From Johnny B.
Awesome. That's like a movie.
Yeah, seriously.
That is like a movie. That's great stuff, man. That's a Steve Ballsy story, I must say. You know.
That tense moment when the guy's right behind the wall.
Right. That's what I said. That's like a beautiful movie. You know.
That's good on you, man. Good on you.
Yeah. Congratulations to you guys. And you know, all the best to you. And thank you very much for sharing that with us too. You know?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we wish you all the happiness in the world, man. Yeah. Both of you.
Sounds like they got it.
Yeah, darn right.
Right? Yeah. Excellent. I'll read this next one.
Okay.
This is from Sir Maya the Bee, who we actually met at Too Many Games. He's a great guy. He actually spent some time in the hospital recently, but it appears he is out now and doing well. So.
Oh, good.
He also made an intro song for the show not too long ago. So, thank you, sir, and we hope you're feeling better. He says, OJ, I was always into cosplaying, but unfortunately, I'm a black dude. There are not a lot of respectful or even cool black characters in anime. They're either dark-skinned Asians or black stereotypes. What are your thoughts on how anime and manga writers should portray black characters, and why are black characters so rare? Do not mention Afro Samurai. Were you about to pull the Afro Samurai out?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of more examples of... I'm sorry, actual examples of black characters in anime.
Well, let's go a little deeper into it. Why do you think that there's not enough?
Well, for one, the population... I mean, I'm making up numbers. I don't know the actual numbers.
Are most anime characters Japanese, though?
Yeah, the vast majority of them are Japanese, followed by... I mean, there's a ton of Japanese anime characters. I mean, some shows have more Chinese themes, but there's a ton of Western.
Racial stereotypes thing I see all the time. Like, it's not an anime, obviously, but last night I was watching Godzilla Final Wars, which is a pretty cool movie.
Mm-hmm.
They do, which is obviously live action, but they do this part where they're like, okay, this is New York, and they show New York.
Yeah.
And there's like a black dude, and he's like a pimp, and he's like talking how no one actually ever talks, and and he's like fighting with a cop, like for no reason. They're just shooting each other. It's like, the cop's a white guy. And it's just like, what is this? Like that's what New York is to you, or I mean, like what? But I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely something that you see, and it's kind of disappointing.
Well, I think one of the reasons is that I don't think there's anywhere near as high a population of black people in Japan as there are in America, for one. So they're a lot more rare there. So I guess I mean, if something people are more familiar with, if it's a type of person people are more familiar with, they're probably going to, put them in their stuff more. But I mean, I don't understand why not. I could swear, for the life of me, that I've seen a couple of shows with some really, with some really good examples, but absolutely nothing is coming to mind right now, which is rather embarrassing.
We're gonna have to figure it out and get back to us.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of funny because I'm remembering like a show like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where they've got like Westerners, and then obviously Chinese, and then everyone else is just kind of seems like made up nationalities a little bit.
Right.
Like, dang, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of more characters that you could cosplay
We'll have to share
as.
for the anime episode. You'll have to pull some out for us.
Off the top of my head, I am so sorry. I'm completely unprepared.
Well, I will say it's disappointing, and there should be some better some better characters out there, and represents there's all different types of people in the world, and I think everyone should be represented in some way, and especially a positive way, not a stereotypical way.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's also something WWE can't even say it. WWE needs to learn about, because all their characters are like, you're the goofy Italian guy.
Oh, well, that's not been done before.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know. So, yeah, you still see a lot of this stuff. We're supposed to be, and people say, "Oh, we come so far as like, as far as race and relations and prejudices and all those things," but it's still a lot of this stuff out there. So,
in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Before I further demonstrate my ignorance, we reading the username on the last comment, John? I always forget.
Sure.
All right. Templar Hunter 89 writes, "Hey Johns, I just need to vent. I'm going to high school in less than a month, and I'm the poster boy for being a loner. I have few friends and no girlfriend. I know you say to stay ballsy, but I really don't know how. I just need some advice. Thank you."
High school in a month. And he's a loner. What do you have to say, OJ?
So, no girlfriend, heading to high school. So, are you me? You could,
Perhaps you were me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple things you have to mentally do. There's a lot for me. There was a lot of tough times in high school. I didn't have a lot of friends. We've talked about this many times, and I was in fact a loner. Alone, more like it. But you have to kind of go. You have to go through. You have to get through it, and you kind of find things that will get you through it. Positive things. It could be something small. For me, it was like I started playing music, and I knew no matter how crappy the day was, waiting for me at home, I was going to get home. Eventually, that day was going to end. Eventually that school day will end. The clock is on your side, right? There's never going to be a point where you're stuck there forever. That clock will chime, and you will be released, and then I can go home and play my music and have some fun. And that was something I always look forward to. You guys got to find something to get you through it. I will say this, though. I think going through it day to day, you can't just go, I have no one likes me, I have no friends, and I'm a loner, and that's how it is. Because that's kind of destructive.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of did that sometimes. And you kind of turn yourself off to everything, and you hurt yourself, because what happened to me is I'm like, I'm not going to talk to anybody, and I'm not going to do my work, I'm not going to do my homework, and I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to maybe show up sometimes. And that's not good. That hurts you, So I think you have to kind of, you're gonna notice there's people that are dicks, and maybe they're gonna be dicks to you. You stay away from those people. But you kind of have to have a positivity about you, and an openness about you. So perhaps maybe there is someone that is similar to you, and maybe will talk to you, and you're not going to be so guarded and shut off to push everyone away. Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
And the important thing is to do the best you can. And it's going to end, and you're going to get out of there, and then there's a whole world of things that they're going to open up to you. So
And there's going to be just as many other loner, or maybe lonely kids out there who are just heading to high school too. So don't rule that out either. You never know who you're going to run into. I mean, and do not beat yourself up for not having a girlfriend. First of all, you're going to have money, and you're going to have time in high school stuff. I mean, I know that's a terrible, terrible trade-off, but look, if you find a girlfriend, awesome, have fun. If you don't find a girlfriend, that's okay. You have your whole life. But
yeah, I mean, some people like peak in high school, and that's like the best time of their life.
you don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
No.
It's almost better to be the loner and the guy without the stuff, because you kind of go through that, and then you come out the other side, and then when you get that stuff, you appreciate it much more, and a slow rise is better than like going all the way up and burning out quickly, and then,
Yeah. And keep in mind, I mean, again, you're going to get to high school. You will probably somewhere in that school, there are like-minded people with the same.
There's got to be at least one person.
Like, I went to a small school and I was able to find some people.
Right.
I mean, they're out there, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was my point. You don't want to just be like, oh, I'm alone, and close yourself off to maybe meeting some people.
Yeah.
So that is what I tell you, sir. I believe our guest is waiting for us.
Yes, sir.
So we will now step away and then step back. All right, now joining the show, you can find her and her amazing creations at Athena's Wink on Etsy. She's the very talented and lovely White Mage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Carrie.
Hi, it's great to be here.
All right. How's it going, Carrie?
Oh, excellent. Just being busy as a bee as always with my work.
Very cool. So it's a great honor to have you here. Ever since you popped up on my channel a long time ago, I think it was in the Magfest footage, everyone kind of fell in love with you, and you've probably been the most requested guest we've had here on the show. So it's really happy that you joined us today.
Oh, I'm happy bear. You have to really thank your guest for bringing you here today, because I don't think I would be here or become like a persona of your show if it weren't for them.
Yeah, you're infamous. They love you. So people see you in this footage, and they, in your, a lot of people notice you at conventions wearing costumes and stuff like that. But you're not just someone who shows up to conventions wearing costumes. You actually own your own business.
Oh, yes. I make hats for a living, and costumes occasionally, but mostly the hats are my income, bread and butter, and income.
So, could we call you a haberdasher?
Sure.
Excellent.
And you go to a lot of these conventions, and you bring all this great stuff with you, and display it and offer it to everybody. Tell us about the business. How did you get started with doing this kind of stuff? All that good stuff.
Well, originally, back when I was really young, in my early 20s, BC, I called before Caroline, it was basically a fundraiser for college. It was a day, kind of like a half-time thing. I had another job at the time. I lived with my parents, and I used to go to conventions. And then one day I realized, wow, I like these hats, but they're really expensive. I'll make them myself. But that was before I started selling them. And then I made a couple for Christmas, and they were like, oh, you should sell these. Okay. So I basically look at prices online back then when there was very few of us, there were barely any hat sellers back then. And that really boomed. My first con, I sold out. I made $1,000 of $50 worth of hats.
Awesome.
Wow.
And that helped me get money back from all the money I spent on cons. And my mom stopped pestering me about going to conventions.
These conventions will never bring you anything good.
No, this is wasting your money and time. This is stupid. You and your anime friends.
You're just the plague. There's too many people in one room. Okay, that one didn't make any sense. But anyway.
Well, if you get enough of them, you do smell. There is a plague called the con plague you get sometimes after a con where everyone catches everyone's diseases and colds and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've caught it.
Keep warm with the hat. Maybe you'll stay safer.
I somehow got gonorrhea after the last convention. I don't know how that happened.
You know what?
I don't want to talk about it.
Because it's not true.
So, the stuff that you make, where do you get your ideas? What inspires you to create this stuff?
Well, let's see. Fandoms. My original stuff is whatever I feel like making. Like, I want to make a narwhal. I want to make a rainbow narwhal. It seems like a good idea. Rainbows seem to be popular right now. Let's do this. Let's make it cute.
Rainbows are in.
Oh, yes, really. It's all thanks to the My Little Pony, actually, of Rainbow Dash Boy. Rainbows are really popular right now. And also Neon Cat, too. That's my biggest selling hat, actually, the Neon Cat inspired hat.
I don't know how this happened. I feel like nothing. We talk about nothing but My Little Pony now on this program. I don't know how this happened.
You can't
Just all the time.
escape it. It's
Just all the time. I don't know how this happened.
Oh, I can't even come up with the right word because it's blocking my brain with its sweetness. Ugh. I mean, hi. So as for the style you used to make your hats, like, you know, some people knit, some people crochet. What sort of what technique do you use for yours?
Well, I made a pattern. Fleece is my main bread and butter. And right now we're just upgrading how we make the hats now. We now have a plotter. Is that? Yes, that's what it's called. It's like a giant printer that prints out things for us, like the face pieces.
Oh.
Before we used to use heat and bond, the super strong heat and bond, and used to iron it. And I used to cut everything by hand and sew the mouths. You know, sewed over so many mouths.
Wow.
Hand sewing.
That must have been kind of creepy.
Oh, you see my Twitters. I'm sewing on faces now. Now I'm cutting out faces. And one friend said, "That sounds really grim, Carrie. You have to be a little more clear with your tweets." Oh yeah, I didn't think that. I'm just killing people left and right and sewing their faces back on.
Wow. So you basically took something that, you know, was like a hobby and something that you used to kind of, you know, fund your con goings, but now you kind of turned it into like a full-fledged, you know, kind of business in a lot of ways?
Oh yes, let's see, I went through a period where I didn't make it in college because, for obvious silly reasons. Well, not silly, mostly because of I used to be in learning. I was a special ed kid growing up, and yeah, colleges aren't really well. Yeah, I got turned down a lot because of that.
Well, don't worry about it. I didn't go to college, so don't worry about it.
So it's also.
They didn't want me.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. Well, I'm also living proof that you don't need college to succeed. It helps depending what you're doing, but it just calls, you know, you need the right people and good ideas and people to support on you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was back to the point where I couldn't find a job when I moved to the city after I got married. And then I lost my job with Greenpeace. Well, that's another fun story. Anyway, couldn't save the whales, sadly.
Oh.
But then my other friend Carolyn couldn't find work either, and she kept losing jobs as well. So we said, "Hey, Carolyn, you want to join me in hat making?" I used to do this as a part-time thing, but I think this can really go now because we use the economy to push our way through. And
Right.
thanks to her, she's been a huge help because I'm a bit sheepish, and she's like strong, powerful woman who, like, if Nurse had wings, she'd be flying kind of gal who will, you know, ask anyone for anything. Not in a bad way, positive way. Like,
Yeah.
if she needs me, I've always been a little sheepish. So we work on our strengths, where she's very good on the internet, I'm very good with people on the floor, and we collaborate ideas. And I couldn't have done it without her because she did things where I've been too chicken to do them.
Awesome. So what's like a typical day like? This is your business and stuff. Like, is it just sewing all day? Is it cutting faces and what goes on?
Pretty much. I wake up in the morning, eat my breakfast, wait until Carolyn gets here at a decent time, usually between 9:30 and 10. Then we collaborate what we're going to do for 10 minutes. Then let's say, if it's after a con, we'll start cutting out hats. Like, we'll make a list of hats we're making for the next con, what type of con is going to be like, and what we'll sell. We'll cut them out from our patterns. I'll take my big batch of pattern piece, all my pieces on top of my sewing machine. Then I'll spend my entire day sitting there, plowing them through my machine, watching Netflix. I like to multitask when I'm sewing. I've gone through lots of series thanks to my sewing and music and talking to people on Skype occasionally.
Oh wow.
And usually Thursday and Friday is face day, where we work on faces, putting them on the hats. And then we hopefully, if it's a good week, before con, we'll have all our act together the day before the con, or be getting everything right at the very last minute. We'll not let, or we overestimate things and just get this just right amount of time to get everything done before we leave the con. No, to go there. I'm sorry.
So do you move most of your stuff at the conventions, or is it like a lot of stuff you have to ship to people, or go like from the online stuff, or mostly about the cons?
Mostly it's about the cons.
Oh wow, cool.
We do make a decent amount of Etsy sales, like maybe about 100 to 200 a week on Etsy sales.
Wow.
By average. Christmas over 1,000 if we're lucky.
Wow.
Conventions we make a lot. Usually between, if it's a small con, $2,000 to $3,000. Bigger medium cons are $3,000 to $5,000. Large cons can go maybe $6,000 to $9,000. If those are rarer ones.
That's crazy.
Not bad.
That's really great. I have a lot of respect for people that just make something from nothing, and then you make something your art, and also very successful with it. A lot of people want it too. So that's really a great thing. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. So you must be going to cons all the time, huh?
Oh yeah, I go to a lot. I think I've gone to like probably over 20 this year.
Wow.
And I have lots of fun con stories, I'll tell you that much.
I'm not surprised.
The latest one at Otakon was this one guy who was serenading me at he was serenading me at Otakon in my Fiona costume, this love sappy song. I was like, had the shock face of, what are you doing? You can't touch me.
Oh,
and then
man.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I can tell. Good day.
Yeah.
We're security. You should have been tackled.
So
yeah, Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt
Yes,
you.
OJ, go ahead.
Okay, I was actually hoping to run into you guys at Otakon, but I didn't see you.
Yeah, I got my eye
kinda
for you too.
huge. Yeah, it's pretty huge. And it was also looked like it was crazy hard to get a booth there this year. So.
Oh yeah.
So I guess.
We decided
Oh, so you were both at Otakon. You guys didn't run into each other.
No.
Okay.
I mean, what, 30,000 people, roughly? I mean, makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
big.
crazy.
Is that a 30,000 good enough estimate, you think?
Oh yeah.
So you go to so many conventions. What are some of the best ones if people want to start going to conventions? Which ones do you recommend?
My favorite one, it'll always be my baby. It'll probably be MagFest. I love MagFest.
Why is MagFest so great?
I love gaming a lot. I love the concerts. I love the people. They're very nice. And it's just a great atmosphere, and I get to play video games after hours and meet really rad people.
That's a good point, yeah. It seemed like everyone there was just friendly. No matter whether it was 4 a.m. and they're stumbling home, they were still friendly. It was really nice.
Did you ever go to a convention and maybe it wasn't really that great? It wasn't what you were expecting it to be? It was a little maybe strange or off?
You don't have to say what it is if you don't want to.
You don't have to say the name of it, but maybe
Yeah.
any kind of story like that.
Oh yeah, I've been quite a couple of them actually. There were these tiny ones that supposedly, we're gonna have so many people, and then there's like less than 100 people there.
Oh man.
Aw,
And I'm
dude.
like dying of boredom and kids yelling at me, I don't have any money. This is too expensive. Me.
Well,
I'm not telling you to buy anything. I just said hi to you.
Right. So you always dress up in costume at these conventions. What are some of the costumes you like to show off?
Oh yes, I wear lots of them. It's kind of like my thing. Because
And you make them yourself, right?
Oh yes.
Completely.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the characters? I've seen the White Mage, obviously Princess Peach.
Oh, I have quite a few. There's the Pokemon trainer. I haven't worn that in a while. Fluttershy is really popular. Really popular. Scary popular. Let's see. There's also my newest one I'm going to wear soon is probably a this New York is a Wonder Girl from Super Best Friends Forever. It's another show Lauren Foster is bringing out.
Really?
There's Fiona from Adventure Time. I really like because that's super comfy. Princess Peach is really my plumber version. I've learned to always make sure my costumes are comfortable so I can stay in them for long periods of time.
Right.
And I can take the shoes off. One outfit I have a really hard time staying in. I only wear for comic conventions is the Black Widow.
Okay.
I love the Black Widow. She's this awesome Russian spy that can kick ass and it's like a playboy of girls.
Right.
Playboy, bleh, sorry. And like I always want to wear a catsuit.
Well, there
Why
you go.
not?
Yeah, right.
So you talked earlier about a guy harassing you. Basically, does that happen pretty much every convention? Some person, harass you, like, oh, there's a girl in costume. I have to go drive her crazy now.
Yeah, I get that a lot. It's a
How do you deal with something like that?
I just
You're obviously just wearing the costume because you want to show something you created and you're having fun and stuff, and then people kind of maybe act stupid because
Yeah, well, half time because I'm working. My rule is I'm not allowed to be a bitch. Can I say that word?
That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That's my
Actually, encourage you to say as many times as you can.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That is my number one rule. I'm not allowed to be a bitch because it's very bad for business. B, it loses the customer, and C, we're all awkward nerds. I have to take some things a grain of salt unless you do something really nasty to me. So I usually just smile and nod and kind of humor people a lot of times. You can kind of tell if I'm uncomfortable by how I have the uncomfortable smile or the genuine smile. I can't tell because I don't have a mirror, but usually my friends can tell if I'm in trouble or not. So if a lot of good
Step
friends
in.
you can tell because sometimes I'm really oblivious if a guy is hitting on me or interested in my product sometimes because I'm very.
You're a nice person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
But I do get really annoyed when guys, question my gaming cred. I get really,
Why would they do this? I don't understand. Why they would bother doing that.
I don't know. It's this big thing now. I don't know. My husband told me a little bit about it. And anyway, I was wearing my Juliet costume from Lollipop Chainsaw, and I played the game and very knowledgeable of the game, and it's a fun game. I recommend anyone to play it. It's hilarious. And this guy, you didn't play that game. Yes, I did. You're just wearing a chili outfit. I know more of the game than you do. And my partner is dressed as my little sister as Rosaline. And she says, yeah, he doesn't because he would have recognized me if he played the game.
There you go.
I don't understand why someone would even act that way. I mean, that's just bizarre. So many ways.
I think the problem there's been too many poser girls in the geek community, because
Right.
geekdom's getting more popular in the mainstream, and there's a lot of girls who are doing over-attention, but there are a lot of genuine nerd girls out there. But it's just hard. But you can usually tell if a girl has a controller, is naked on a bed, saying, I'm a game, putting it in her mouth, yeah, she's a poser.
I would assume.
It's kind of hard to concentrate that way.
I would say you're pretty talented if you can play Mega Man with your mouth.
Why would you ever put a controller in your mouth? It's probably very filthy.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
you get your hands all over it.
Yeah, and any gamer would know that you don't go anywhere near those things.
It doesn't do no, it doesn't. So, so Carrie, what's next for you? What's the next convention for you? What's the next stop?
Oh man, I'm really excited about this one. This one makes me squeeze so hard. So hard. I'm going to PAX Prime. That is my next show.
Okay, that's pretty
wow.
soon, right?
Dang, that's all the way across the country.
That's next weekend.
Wow.
Dang, that's
It's
gonna
in
be
what, Seattle?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, that is gonna be incredible. And the weather.
I assume you're gonna have a table. You're gonna have a table there and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm sharing with my friend, who's the one helping me out and getting into PAX Prime. He does Phone Brain, and he had a little space, and he said we could share with him, and I think it's a big help because I kind of need the money right now because our next show isn't for a while.
How come you're not going, OJ? What's going on?
PAX, dude, I just got back from. Wait. Oh, wait. I actually have a good answer.
Well, one convention that OJ might be going to. Are you going to New York Comic Con?
I'm going to New York Comic Con, and I invite you, OJ, to join me.
Wow.
I mean, we can rule New York Comic Con together. Boo ha ha ha.
Ow.
Now you got him going. You can't rile him up like that.
Remind me not to do that. There goes my heart.
Oh no.
So what's going on in your Comic Con? You're gonna have all your stuff.
Yep.
You guys have a big table and everything.
Oh yeah, we have it's a nice sized table. I think it's like 10 by 10 or maybe a little bigger than that. I'll have to double check. And it's gonna be my friend Sermo, Studio Kutsu, who makes adorable plushies, and my friend Mackie, who makes clay art.
Nice.
Wow. And before we got on there, you actually invited OJ to join your table because OJ was not able to get a table.
Oh yeah, I enjoy. For being awesome, I invite you to join in my table. Would you like to join me?
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's great.
This
This is what we're all about. We're all about
sweet.
making connections and friends with each other here.
Sweet.
Well, speaking of OJ, let me ask you a question. When he came up to you at, was it Too Many Games, and he had his Mario costume, what were you thinking at that time?
I was highly amused.
Okay, he does a good Mario, right?
Oh yeah, I think he did a very good job. Better than most I've seen. I kind of wish I'd known sooner. I would have worn my Princess Peach costume, plumber outfit.
Yeah, I think we got to you a day late after that, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but that was some good stuff.
Oh man, that was fun though.
That was
Should we
actually.
go
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, the first time I actually met you guys.
Officially.
Officially, like, I don't really remember you much from MagFest. All I remember is doing my thing.
Yeah, we were like 2 tables over from you. But we didn't really talk.
But I'm glad that we all met, and I'm sure we'll all be seeing more of each other, future conventions and everything. It's really cool,
Okay.
and really happy that we met. You're obviously a very talented person, and all that stuff. So you have the Etsy for Athena's Wink? Do you have like you're on Facebook also,
Oh,
right? Do you guys have like Twitter or any of that stuff?
Not yet, but we do have a
Okay.
Facebook, Athena's Wink Facebook.
All right, so you can find Athena's Wink on Facebook and Etsy as well. And of course, Carrie goes to all these big-time conventions. You might see her at one of these coming up. And so, Carrie, I want to thank you for coming on. Do you have any final words for everybody?
Oh yes. Please stay ballsy.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody.
That's another thing. You made that video out of nowhere when you said "Stay Ballsy" and all that stuff. That was really cool. So I want to thank you for that as well.
Oh, no problem.
I actually put that up on our website recently. I don't know if you saw that, but
Not yet, or I couldn't find it.
we'll have to exchange links and stuff when we get off the air. But so thank you very much for coming on.
Oh, no problem.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, OJ's gonna do it for the show this week.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
I had a good time.
I had a pretty good time. High
Pretty
point
good.
of my day today.
You had an excellent time. Don't try to be all modest, okay?
This has been the high point of my day in so many ways.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
So we'll be back next week. You and me are we're working on something new and something I'm pretty excited about. I don't know when it's gonna happen because I don't know if I can get down to your place
Yeah.
to do it. But we're gonna try to work on it. Maybe by this time next week we'll have it done, or I don't know. We'll
That'd
see.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I think it's pretty interesting.
I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be. Oh man.
Yeah, but I just don't want to type it too much because I don't know when exactly.
Yeah. So eventually, it'll be okay. It'll be fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves making it. We don't know if you'll like it. But we'll.
Yeah, once again, there haven't been a lot of uploads just because we're working on stuff. And that's why.
Yeah, and I've been MIA and then almost KIA and yeah.
Exactly. So that will do it for the show this week. We're rapidly approaching our 50th episode. Next week is number 49.
Holy pants.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
I think the first show was early October.
Wow.
So we're almost at a year.
That's wow.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride so far, dude. This has been.
So I think maybe by next week I hope to have some kind of plan of what will happen on the 50th, and I hope to tell you guys next week what will be going on the 50th episode.
Oh gosh, I hope I can eat cake by then.
That's all OJ cares about.
Shut up! I can't have anything good.
Eat your bread and water. Go back to your cell.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So for OJ, this is John. Oh, I'm sorry. For OJ, for Hazard, for Carrie, this is John signing off. Thank you for listening and being a part of John Represents, the very best and finest and greatest and free and optional entertainment. Goodbye.